This is part 3 of how to use special journals. In this part, we're going to show how to post the transactions from the special journals to the general journal, and then how to post from the general journal to the general ledger, which you should already know how to do, and then how to post to the accounts receivable and accounts payable subsidiary ledgers. To make this much easier, what we're going to do is we're going to click on the Revenue tab, and we're going to open a new window, and we're going to arrange them side by side, which is going to make the entries much easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to click the View Folder tab, right up here, View tab, and we're going to click New Window. That is going to give us 2 workbooks open instead of 1. Then we're going to click the button right next to that, Arrange All, and we're going to choose them vertical. Vertical is up and down, so both will be up and down. Horizontal would be one on top of each other. So we click vertical and click OK, and now we have 2 windows open. When we click the left one, that's the active one, and we can do the input. We know that because we see the scroll bars. Notice we don't see the scroll bars on the right. When we click the right one, that's the active one. We see the scroll bars, and we don't see the scroll bars on the left. So click the left one, and we want to make sure that we see the Revenue Folder tab, and then click the right window, and on the right window, we want to click the General Journal. If you don't see it, do you see these little arrows in the bottom left-hand corner? We're active in the right window. See those little arrows in the bottom left-hand corner of the right window? We can click the button and move forward in the worksheets, or click that button and see the end, and we're going to click General Journal or Gen Journal. Alright, so because this business didn't have very many transactions, we're going to assume that as of the last day, December 29th, we're just going to total everything up and post to the journals. I'm going to put these in red, so it's just going to help us distinguish from the other ones. So I'm just going to take 2 lines over here, click the Home Folder tab, and make these red, font color red. You can click the down arrow if you want and choose the red. So the accounts receivable debit is going to be for 800 plus 1,250, which totals 2050. And if we go back to the Transactions Folder tab, which we're not, well, we can do that. Accounts receivable is account 1200. There it is right over there. We're going to go back to the Revenue Folder tab. So that account number in parentheses is 1200. So now, excuse me, didn't want to do that. We'll do a parentheses first, and then open parentheses. I'm sorry. We do the apostrophe. That's that word. Single apostrophe tells Excel just to display whatever I'm typing, even if it looks like a formula. Then I'm going to do that in the parentheses. My apologies. So now this is telling us in the parentheses to put this in account 1200, accounts receivable. Then we have 800, and 800 is 1600, and I can actually do this on this side for right now. Don't do this, but I can do this over here. Hair revenue is account 4100. So this time I'm going to remember single quote 4100. And then finally we have an amount of 450, and our spa revenue is account 4300, open quote 4300. So now on the right side, I'm going to click the Gen Journal folder tab. Right over here, go to my General Journal. I'm going to put the date in. I should have put the date in over here, December 29th. We're going to assume that was the last day of the month for that particular month. December 29th. The debit is to accounts receivable for $2,050. And we're going to use the indent button. Make sure you're on the home folder tab. This icon right over here in the alignment is increase indent. I'm going to click it twice. We're going to credit account 4100, hair revenue for 1600, and we are going to credit account 4300, spa revenue for 450. So we only really had 2 transactions, but had there been a lot of transactions here, once again it's only 1 journal entry and then 1 posting to the general ledger. So we've now posted from the revenue journal to the general journal. We've done that. So I've got our posting reference over here, and this is general journal, page 1. So we have now posted that to the general journal, and we're all done except for, we see the blank post ref over here. We have to post to our accounts receivable subsidiary ledger. So we're going to click the worksheet on the right hand side. We're going to click the arrows, and we want to go to our accounts receivable subsidiary ledger. So on December 9th, Jessica Simpson, we could put in a description of the transaction. Maybe it was extensions. Excuse me. We're going to debit accounts receivable because she's going to owe us more. So that transaction was for 800, and Jessica owes us 800. So we have now posted to our accounts receivable subsidiary ledger. So we can put a check mark over there. I'm just going to put the number 1 instead of a check mark, just to show that I have posted that. Now we have to post Kim Kardashian. So December 23rd, she was hair and spa, and her amount was $12.50, and she owes us $12.50. So instead of a check mark, once again we really should put a check mark there, just to note that we have posted that to the accounts receivable subsidiary ledger. Excuse me. I'm just going to put a 1 over there. So we have now posted to page 1 of the general journal the subtotal. We filled in all of our post reference. We are now completely done with the revenue journal, and we can now move over to the cash receipts journal. So in the left pane, I'm going to click the tab for cash receipts, the worksheet tab for cash receipts, and in the right window, I'm going to click the right window. I'm going to click the tab for Gen Journal. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to go back to the transactions. It will help to display the chart of accounts first. Now, in the cash receipts journal, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to post to the general journal. So we're going to construct our journal entry. Now for this one, we're going to need several accounts, so I'm going to make a lot of this red just to make sure. I'm going to make the rest of that red just to make sure. Okay, so now what we have here is we have to total for the cash debit $25,750, $550. Luckily, I'm using Excel, so I can use it to total up those numbers. 25,000 plus 750 plus 500 plus 50. Yes, I know I could have used the auto sum or some other method. 26,300 is going to be debited to our cash account, open parentheses. I'm sorry, open quote, open parentheses. Our cash account is 1,100. So in constructing our journal entry, we are going to debit cash for 26,300. We are going to credit accounts receivable. The total in the credit to accounts receivable is 500. And our accounts receivable account, open quote, open parentheses, 1,200. Now we have three other accounts that we are going to credit. So we have 25,000 is going to be to our account. 3,000 Ken Paves Capital. 750. Put in the amount on the next line is to account, open quote, open parentheses, 4,200, which is nail services revenue. And our last amount was 50 to account, open quote, open parentheses, 4,500, close parentheses, interest income. So now I'm going to click into the right hand pane. I'm going to go to my general journal, and silly me, I forgot to put a description over here in the general journal. This description would be post from Revenue Journal So we know that we're going to post from the Revenue Journal. We know that that came from the Revenue Journal. Now our next one is going to be the posting from the Cash Receipts Journal, so 12/29. We are going to debit cash, account 1,100, for the total of 26,300. And now we have 4 different credits. So for the next 4 lines, I'm going to hit the increase indent button in the alignment group 1, 2. So once again, we're going to credit accounts receivable for $500. And then we have our 3 other accounts that we're going to credit. Ken Paves Capital is going to be credited for $25,000. Account 4,200, which is nail services revenue, is going to be credited for $750. And finally, we have account 4,500, which is interest income, is going to be credited for $50. So once again, even though we have 4 different transactions in the Cash Receipts Journal, it is only one posting in our general journal. Instead of having to record each one by one, we just record the summary over here. And I'm not going to forget the description this time. This one is post from cash receipts journal. So this posting was done on December 29th. That's the assumption here. And General Journal, page 1. GJ1 stands for General Journal. Page 1 is that posting ref. Now, posting from our cash receipts journal is incomplete because we have one blank in the posting ref column. So we know we have one more posting that we need to do. So because it's blank, we see over here that on that line we're in the accounts receivable. So, see that over there? The amount is in the accounts receivable. So that tells us we have to go to the accounts receivable subsidiary ledger and credit Jessica Simpson for $500. So in the right hand pane, we're going to click once again the button to go ahead, and we want to go to our accounts receivable subsidiary ledger, AR sub. So our account is Jessica Simpson. The transaction was on the 21st. And the transaction is that she made a payment on account. It tells us to credit her account for $500. And if she used to owe us $800 and made a payment of $500, her balance is now $300. And in the left-hand pane, we note that we have posted to the Jessica Simpson account. So again, we'd normally put a check mark. I'm going to put in the number 1. We have now completed our posting from the cash receipts journal. We only have 2 more, the purchases journal and the cash payments journal.